So I was gonna try to get my husband on my podcast tonight, but he's in the garage doing crap.
What?
And I could put this fat Mick on there, but fat. So with all that being said, it's just me. I tried to get these people, but people, they got lives. So it's just me. I didn't do nothing special today, y'all. Allergies are just messing around with me. It's really windy, so there's lots of allergens in the air. But other than that, I'm just chilling. It's Tuesday. Let's get started. The Mike Tyson versus Floyd Mayweather boxing exhibition is reportedly set for April 25th in the Congo. I mean, it's an exhibition, so it's not gonna be a real fight, but whatever. Y'all gonna pay. A Civil War veteran poses with his grandchildren in 1900. I love these old photos. So cool, they little boots. Flavor Flav has taken up bobsledding. He said he's an adrenaline junkie and he needed to try skeleton. Now he's officially joined the team and he's going to start competing. He's 66 years old, going 66 miles an hour. Just when I want to get old, I see people like Flavor Flav and I say, okay, I'll keep doing it, y'all. Flavor Flav. He was gone. The Amish are selling their homegrown cannabis buds, oils, and edibles at a local market in Pennsylvania. Somebody said Sam Smith was all up in Mary J. Blige's closet. Him and these boots. He got an eclectic style, that's for sure. Tyra Banks reveals America's Next Top Model is returning for its 25th cycle. I know they treating Tyra like she Jeffrey Epstein right now. The lady didn't do nothing that bad. The video shows a moment that pew pew fire erupts at an ice rink in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. That's crazy. My thing is, y'all really think y'all can outskate that if that was really going on? Desperate California is shipping oil from Bahamas using bizarre loophole as state grapples with the highest U.S. gas prices. Professional ballerina Kylie Shea is performing an intricate ballet pose like arabesque. She's on a balsa ball. Ballerina's pain tolerance gotta be up there. It's gotta be. China BYD overtakes Ford in a global car sales for the first time in history. They say you sleep better with one foot outside the blanket. It's worked for me for years. Somebody said barbers get a ring light and start wearing black gloves and now your haircut is $75. Somebody said my uncle sent a text message to the whole family asking for money. I privately messaged him asking for the banking details so I can deposit it. He responded saying I don't actually need money. I asked for money so that nobody in the family would ask me for money. He actually got a cheat code. I might use this. I might do this. Like I need about 10,000. Just especially when people might be about to hit you up for money. Ask first. This is smart. Israeli producer on the Apple TV spy thriller Tehran has passed to Earth and found unalive in her Athens hotel. Really strange. Charleston White puts a man in a wheelchair in a headlock during an altercation at his show. Now, Charleston, why is you beefing with this man? Charleston White got 0 cents. It's actually a fair fight because Charleston's legs look like wheelchair legs. So it's actually a fair fight. I'm saying. These are kids in Harlem in 1977. So cute. Like, just sharp. Grandpa accidentally ate his kids' cannabis edibles and everyone realized too late. Now he can't handle a huge table in a museum. It's tripping him out. Tornado threat could hit California as a huge storm aims at the West Coast. Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx, offered her wedding dress to a newly engaged bride a decade ago. Now the so-called traveling wedding dress has been worn by 13 brides and never altered. Spanx. Federal judge has ordered the Trump administration to restore the slavery exhibit that the National Park Service removed in Philadelphia. This dude in his baptism. He really got up like they drowned him. He like, my bad. And my soul cleansed. Do he feel changed? I think he do need to be done one more time. John Mercer Langston was the first black lawyer in Ohio, the first dean of Howard University's law school, and assisted in drafting Civil Rights Act of 1875. President Trump sent a direct message warning Nancy Guthrie's kidnappers that they need to release her unharmed or face the most severe federal consequences possible. The Taliban court has legalized slavery in Afghanistan. The document legalizes discrimination based on gender, religion, and social status, permits slavery, and authorizes harsh measures against dissenters. Italy's Lover's Arch collapsed into the sea on Valentine's Day. Must mean something. Tyreek Hill is let go by the Miami Dolphins. A British man has a meltdown at a Hong Kong airport and starts smashing check-in kiosks and gets arrested for having 4 Viagra pills. Literally. Ice-T is 68. Ice-T looking good for 68. Jill Scott performs A Long Walk Home on her tiny NPR desk. Let's see. I'm sure I'm going to get a copyright strike for this, but it's worth it. It's Jilly from Philly. You're here. I'm pleased. I really dig your company. Your style, your smile, your peace mentality. Lord, have mercy on me. I was blind, now I can see what a king's supposed to be. Baby, I feel free. Come on and go with me. Let's take a long walk around the park after dark. Find a spot, us to spark a conversation, verbal elation, stimulation, share our situation, temptation, education, relaxation, elevation. Or maybe we could talk about Surah 31:18. Your background, it ain't squeaky clean. Sometimes we all got to swim off. You ain't no saint, we all a sinner. But you put your good foot down to make your soul the winner. I respect that. Man, you're so fat, and you're all that. Plus supreme, then you're humble, man. I'm your feeling. I can feel everything that you bring. Let's take a long walk around the park after dark. Find a spot for us to spark a conversation, verbal elation, stimulation. Check our situation, temptation, education, relaxation, elevation. Maybe we can talk about Revelation 3:17. Or maybe we can see a movie, or maybe we can see a play Saturday. Maybe we can roll a tree and feel a breeze and listen to a symphony. Or maybe we can take a cruise and listen to the roots. So maybe eat some passion
maybe cry to the blues or just be silent. Let's take all around the park after dark. Find a spot for us to spot conversation, verbal elation, simulation, share our situations, temptation, education, elevation. Maybe we can talk about some in entirety. Maybe we can see a play on Saturday. Maybe we can roll a tree and feel the breeze and listen to a story. Maybe.
I love me some Jill Scott. American pharmacy workers shared a behind-the-scenes look at the healthcare system, revealing that medication costing under $4 to dispense was billed $97 because the patient had insurance. Ms. J, on that Tyra Banks and then America's Next Top Model reality check, says he had a stroke and he can't walk. It was pretty sad. You know, he was known for his walking runway, but he'll be back. This is funny. Gym session got personal. The little machines. Both of their abs gonna be sore playing around. Wow. A hapless Amazon driver was stuck in water after following a GPS. He didn't realize the GPS was taking him to the water. A search has been suspended on Cape Cod for a man who is still missing after falling through the ice while walking his dog with his wife. This is really sad. This Utah mother unalives her 11-year-old daughter inside of a hotel room in Las Vegas during a cheer competition trip, then takes her own life. Tanya McGinn, 38, and her daughter Addie Smith had traveled to Las Vegas for a dance contest. They were reported missing. Just what happened here? It's very sad. The Combs twins shut down the runway at high-risk fashion show. Tall and poised, walking like they own the moment. I'm glad they got each other. The trial of a man who is accused of giving his 14-year-old son access to a firearm that he used to unalive 4 people and injure several others in 2024 begins in Georgia. California surfing legend 66 was unalived in Costa Rica and girlfriend zip-tied. Wow. Legendary actor Robert Duvall passed away at 95. I love me some Robert Duvall. Essence Fest owes $456,000 from a 2025 event. People looking for their money. Mary Beatrice Kenner, apart from changing the world of feminine care with the invention of sanitary belt, the forerunner of sanitary pads, also invented the tissue holder in 1982. This is funny. My neck, my back, my pussy, and my crack. That's her name. U.S. Department of Homeland Security requests Google, Reddit, Instagram, Facebook to provide names, phone numbers, and others identifying information of users who criticize ICE. A mother and daughter were unalived and an apparent, we talked about that. Employee films what customers aren't supposed to see inside of a cheesecake factory, 1:17 a.m. on Valentine's Day. I mean, they was busy. As long as I don't see no roads, man. These workers are sick of it. I mean, they had to look like they had a rough shift. Assaults on airplanes are up and unlikely reported, as CBS News investigation finds. Only 2 of the top 5 texture hair care brands are black owned. I guess this Baskin Leather is one of them. BET is not renewing Cam Newton's show, but I'm sure he can move on to YouTube. Uncle Luke is officially entering the 2026 congressional race. Go ahead on, Uncle Luke. Canadian travel to the United States drops by 4.5 billion. Donald Trump Jr. says his father is not in the Epstein files. All right, let's see what I liked on the tickety top. I will say this. Speaking of Valentine's Day, me and my husband's, when we went to Aruba and I peed on him, hold on, let me see. Let me get out of it. Not now. For whatever reason, the views ain't turning up on this thing. But this video has over 30,000 views. Right now it's saying 0 because TikTok must be having some issues right now. But I think that it is funny that that video has so many views. Like, I can't stop laughing at it. Yeah, I don't know. All right, let's see what I liked in here. If I can get back to everything.
Hiring women for sexual favors, y'all. And then I would say, second year of marriage, I found out he had a porn addiction. He was hiring women for sexual favors, y'all. And then I would say, I just was really isolated and I was nervous to tell my parents and my friends, and then I didn't want to go through another divorce. So I was like, we should go on a healing journey together and just try to mend it. And so I thought we were kind of on this healing journey. And then 2 years ago, I was in Nashville filming with TBN. And I got a call from him that he was being extorted by a prostitute because he never stopped. I thought he did.
The light always comes to darkness.
Every single time.
And what? You got a phone call?
So he called. So long story short, he hired someone. It was a transgender prostitute. That's another. I don't even know.
And he's a pastor.
He's a pastor. And I guess they got a video of him. And so they were using this video to extort him, and he sent like $10,000. And then they threatened to come to our church because we had planted a church. We planted Hillsong Atlanta. So we were the first African-American pastors with Hillsong.
Wow. And you were the lead pastors?
Yeah. Legal, but first African-American global lead pastors. We left North Point to go to Hillsong, and then Hillsong stuff blew up. Literally 6 days after they announced us, the Carl Lentz stuff came out. We were like, People magazine, we don't know anything, we just got here. And so we ended up having to leave Hillsong and have our own church called Story Church.
That's crazy.
I never looked at one of my friends and thought, I need to up the score on her. I need to do better than her. I need to shit on her. That's weird. Like, I always pray that me and all my friends become successful so we come all together. Because what fun is it being at the top by yourself? I ain't never wanted to compete with my dog. Like, if that's the case, is that your dog for real? I never...
On the real.
Girl, what the fuck?
Eat my ass, eat my ass, eat my ass, pay my bills, eat my ass, eat my ass, eat my ass, pay my bills, bills, pay, ass, eat it, now.
Girl.
You have to check in and see if this worked. Said this is how she be looking after telling everybody thank you after she posts a cute picture. Kids be your biggest haters, man. And shout out to mom for posting this, but that is...
So what I'm about to say, I am in no means trying to be offensive to this community. I do not want anyone to take offense to it. If you have ever been a recipient of a 504 or an IEP, if you have a child who was or is a recipient of a 504 or IEP, please do not take offense to what I am about to say. Because number one, I have children who are recipients of a 504 or an IEP, and I am an elementary school counselor as well. I have a very, very soft place in my heart for this community of people, and I often take offense myself to when I see people in the comments saying, oh, I know you had an IEP, or, you know, they're trying to be funny to someone and it ain't funny. So please don't take offense to what I'm about to say. However, I'm gonna say it. So I saw this post somewhere where someone said there are a lot of men whose wives are their IEP or 504. Sit with that. When I read that, my God, today, I said, yeah, yes. Went to the comments, and the people in the comments were like, I don't get it. What you trying to say? Even were saying, this is going over my head. Hot dog. Hot diggity dog. I'm sure it is. Baby, because if you get it, you get it. You get it. And if you've ever been married to, dated, befriended a man, and you had to be his accommodations, you understand. There was a comment. There were two comments that stuck out to me the most. Somebody said, yeah, it's a lot of wives who have to be their husband's prefrontal lobe. Yeah, absolutely. And then there was another comment. This lady said, I don't worry about my son when it comes to getting married. I worry about my... Because if they ever have...
Of course.
have to be a man's frontal lobe, if they...
My husband started my car, don't worry. But yeah, she's speaking facts.
Gone with the Wind's about this hot chick named Scarlett, who is sassy and flirty and a slave owner in the year 1880. She's in love with this guy named Ashley, who's kind of a dumbass, and he looks like a 2x4 with a wig on it. But he's supposed to marry some other chick named Melanie. There's a second dude named Rhett. This guy is really funny and smart and cool and rich. And he likes Scarlett, but Scarlett doesn't like him. Scarlett ends up marrying some other dude who doesn't matter. He gets shot in the face in the Civil War fighting for the racists. And then Scarlett goes broke because she's not allowed to have slaves anymore. That's when she marries a second dude who also doesn't matter, also gets shot in the face, 2 for 2. That's when she goes back to Ashley and she's like, yo, I love you, please marry me. And Ashley goes, I'm actually still married to Melanie. This is where Rhett comes in. Rhett's like, hey, Scarlett, I'm super wealthy and rich and handsome and cool, and I love you want to get married? And she says, fine, whatever. So they get married. He's totally spoiling her. They go on cool trips and steamboats. But the whole time she's thinking of this guy, Ashley, which is crazy. Because, again, he looks like Plank from Ed, Edd and Eddy. But she just can't kick it. Scarlett and Rhett have a baby, and they name it Bonnie Blue. Very unfortunate. And then the baby dies trying to do a hurdle on a miniature donkey. And then during the funeral, Scarlett hits on Ashley again, and Rhett is done. He's like, bro, this chick sucks. So he packs a bag, and he's leaving. But in that final moment, Scarlett's like, wait, no, Rhett, you're always the guy for me. Like, I love you so much. What would I do without you? And then Rhett says, bitch, I don't give a fuck what you do. City boys up. And then that's when Scarlett looks into the camera and says, I'm going to win him back. And that's the end of the movie. I'm going to say 8.8 out of 10.
Has anyone else had kind of a long week? I'm really ready for the weekend. I can't wait. And, Valentine's. Always a couple sweet treats to be had. I don't know. Has anyone else had kind of a long...
Either that cake is extremely hard or...
Lord, I need you to grant me the strength to stand tall, strong, and unfazed in the midst of the storm. Just like this giraffe, I know the storm is coming, but make me storm-proof. Let me withstand the storm. I want to stand through the rain, stand through the wind, God. Make me taller than my enemies so I can reach things they cannot reach, so I can see things in a way that they cannot see. They may be able to take shelter from the storm, God, but make me my own shelter in you, God. Give me the strength to stand 10 hooves down, toes and hooves. Some of y'all ain't standing in the sun time because you're not calling on him, and the wind and the rain is blowing you away. But if he's prepared you to stand in the sun, he's prepared you to stand in the storm, and you won't be washed away. The storm be coming in my life, blowing to and fro, God, but I need to stand strong. I need to withstand. I need to stand with my friends. Oh my God, I hear you, Holy Ghost. Give me some friends who are like-minded, who won't run when the storm comes. Give me some friends who are prayer warriors, who can intercede and stand next to me in my storm. Oh my God, it's easy to stand with me in the sun, but the songwriter says, can you stand the rain? God's giving you a new edition of blessings. Can you stand the rain? Because once you can stand the rain, the sun's coming out. The rain is, oh God, I hear you, Holy Ghost. All right, I've been playing now, but it's getting serious. The rain is necessary to prime the ground for growth. And if you run in the storm, how will you reap the benefits of the rain? All over the building we're standing. Here I am to worship. Come on, praise team, sing the circle of life. Here I am to bow.
Listen, he playing, but he ain't playing. I can preach a sermon about my plant and be playing and get it, like, it be real. What kind of energy level he got though? Because that was a lot. No, people are obsessed with curling.
I just got engaged to a man that just spent 13 years in prison, and he's been out for 5 months. So this is his first Valentine's Day since he was 19. He just moved into my house, and I just have to brag. I have never got flowers from a man before, but here I am. These are actually like at least 2 weeks old, and they're just now starting to kind of die. These are just a few days old, and I am obsessed. I have never had flowers before. He does very well, so had to brag on that. But these are our Valentine's plants. Dollar Tree canvas. You paint the canvas one color. You put some painter's tape down directly in the middle. You guys put your hands on here, 2 different colors, and then let it dry. When you take the paint off, you'll put the date where the space is for the tape. Super cute. Got the idea off TikTok. Dollar Tree, can't beat that. I also got this at Dollar Tree. It is a snack board. We are going to put raspberries. This was $5 at the Dollar Tree. Raspberries, cocktail sausages, Aldi. This all came from Aldi. Some salami, because that's his favorite. I got these crackers. I'm going to cut this up and put chocolate in the middle. And then I got this sliced cheese at Walmart. All the food for the snack board cost me about like $10 to $12. So not bad. And then for dessert, I'm just going to make a giant chocolate chip cookie. just to start out, we are making heart-shaped cheese stuffed crust pizzas from scratch. So that's pretty cool. I got this box from Aldi, and I put everything I'm giving him in it, and then we're going to use the box for like little things from our relationship. But here we go. So I got this at Hobby Lobby. That was our very first picture that he actually took. Super cute. We met at a coffee shop, so I had to get this. Love you latte. This is the Valentine's Day card, which I'm about to sit down and fill out. I got him some Bath & Body Works warm vanilla sugar lotion. This man loves Bath & Body Works women's lotion, so no shame in that. Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree was on one this year. A year of date nights. 52 date night ideas. And they come in these cute little containers that I'm going to use for something. And then 52 things to get to know each other. So you could ask like one a week or whatever. Conversation starters. Which is great because, yes, we're engaged and living together, but I've only known him for 6 weeks maybe. So that's great. And then I found this at Hobby Lobby. It's a coupon book, tech-free evening, memory lane adventure, arts and crafts night, cooking class together, which he actually said he wants to do, outdoor adventure day, like road trip adventure, paint night, couples yoga session. Got a phone call, so I hope you can still hear me. That's been a thing on here. I put notes in his lunchbox every single morning, and so I have been sticking those in this box already, but that's the type of thing we're going to keep in here. I can't show these on TikTok, but there's 2 Polaroids, and I'm sure you can guess. And then I found these cute little things that we can paint while we're like watching a movie. So yeah, I'm pretty excited because I usually don't celebrate Valentine's Day, and then he hasn't celebrated Valentine's Day in 13 years. So I'm very excited for us, and I just say like I maybe spent $50 all together on everything, including all the stuff to make the pizzas. So I think that's just super affordable.
The people wasn't feeling her. Somebody said you have the survival skills of a leaf. Somebody says as a corrections nurse, I encourage you to get multiple blood tests, repeat them every 3 months for a year. Somebody said, oh honey. Somebody told her to pick her outfit, one of the clown suits. Somebody said, told us why he spent 13 years in prison. No man falls in love faster when he needs a bed to sleep in. Somebody said, I just have to brag. Girl, I'm calling the police. There's a homeless man squatting in your home. They went in on this poor girl, but I wish her the best, I guess.
Good morning. The strawberry letter today was completely diabolical. I have not heard one this bad in a few weeks. So let's get into it. Okay, so first and foremost, we have a married man. He's married to a police officer, okay? We have a newly divorced single woman on this side, all right? Now, the newly divorced single woman and the married man, they are messing around. They getting it in. And the married man don't care about her at all because they are getting it in his Tesla in an abandoned parking lot. If you're gonna pop the coochie, at least pop it in a bed. Like, anyway, she does say in the letter, like, you know, I've been kind of doing things that I did when I was younger. You know, she's newly divorced. I guess she's trying to find herself. I don't fucking know, but find yourself quick, okay? So now they're getting it in. They're, you know, boom, 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 in the Tesla. She put emphasis on the Tesla has tints. I guess that made it better. But anyway, they're messing around in an abandoned parking lot in his Tesla. Now, after they're done messing around, he decides he wants to roll up because he's stressed. You know, he had to release, let it go. So as he's smoking, guess who pulls up? Of course, his wife, who's a law enforcement officer, why wouldn't she pull up? She probably got a tracking device on your ass, because how did she even know where you was at? Anyway, any young girls watching this, by the way, don't mess with no law enforcement officers. But that's another story. But anyway, so the wife pulls up. She sees him in the Tesla, in the car. So he sees that she pulls up, so he hurry up and get out the car, because mind you, the divorced woman is still in the car, okay? So he see his wife pull up. He hops out the car real quick, like, hey, you know, I just pulled over to smoke. I had a long day. I'm stressed. Now the wife go, oh, okay, follow me home. Now, I don't know if he thought his wife was born last night, but his wife knows that he's messing around. Let's just throw that out there, okay? So anyway, the wife go, follow me home. The law enforcement wife, the police officer wife, says to follow me home. Now, the girl that he's messing with is still in the Tesla. I'm assuming she in the back, like, she here with it. My sis scared, okay? Scared for her life. She's scared for her motherfucking life, hiding in the back of the Tesla. So now they're driving back home. They get back home, okay? Mind you, I don't think I told y'all, it's 21 degrees Fahrenheit. The title of the letter is He Left Me to Freeze. Okay? So keep that in mind. All right. So now they get back home. She goes in the house. The wife goes in the house. He goes into the garage. Parks the car, plugs it in. Leaves the woman in the car whose back he just cracked. He leaves her in the Tesla, in the garage, in 21-degree weather. Okay? Now, she says she's texting him furiously, like, hey, I gotta get out of here. Like, what the fuck? 3 hours later, the guy's brother comes to help her out the garage. He cracks the garage a little bit. They open it just a little bit. He gives her a blanket. She has to literally crawl so that nobody sees her leaving the garage. Hops in the brother's truck, and the brother takes her home. She's writing a letter to Steve Harvey asking, should I give him another chance? Another chance to die? He left you for dead. At some point, y'all have to love yourselves. Like, I am so sorry. Like, the wife knows that her husband is cheating. There's no way in hell that she's a law enforcement officer with all of those resources at her disposal and she don't know that he's messing around. So it would actually be in your best interest to leave that man alone, because you are going to either die in a garage or she's going to find you. I was today, that shit threw me for a loop. I've been thinking about that shit all morning. Like,
my thing is, why her brother have to crack the garage? Just pull it all the way up. He'd already opened it.
Okay, so my fan broke and it's ratter shaking all over the place. So I taped it up a little bit. Let's see if she works. I put a couple more pieces on there. I ain't gonna be able to feel nothing, but at least I can hear it. Good night.
You know they got the fan sound on the phone, right? Somebody said it's time to let it go. Somebody asked what's this Cash App, because no. All right, y'all, that is the show. Y'all stay blessed. I'll be back tomorrow.